Johnny, right here to the left. Johnny, to the left.
Would you mind guys standing up and bunching up a bit?
Just right here, straight ahead, Jerry. Straight ahead first. Straight ahead.
Might get up. Danny.
Guys, straight ahead. Johnny, straight ahead.
I only have 2 eyes.
Straight ahead, Johnny, straight ahead. Johnny, and Johnny, one more time right here.
To the left, Johnny. Thank you. Thank you.
Just before the press conference starts, I'd like to remind you all of the routine. If you want to ask a question, please raise your hand a little bit ahead of time so that I can see you. And more importantly, so that the people equipped with microphone up and down the aisle can get to you and give you the microphone so that this press conference goes as fast as possible. Thank you very much. Okay, gentlemen, photographers, thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Done. Done. Goodbye. Thank you, guys. We need to start. Thank you.
I'm going to drink half my water.
Thank you. Thank you. And a quick reminder for the photographers that must operate during the press conference. Please do not use your flashes because it would interfere with the work of the television cameras right behind you. Thank you very much. If you wouldn't mind sitting down. Good morning and welcome to the press conference for Tim Burton's Corpse Bride, and I will introduce the people who are here at this panel. All the way, starting with the people behind the camera, all the way far left, the producer, Alison Abati. Sitting next to me, the 2 directors, Tim Burton and Mike Johnson. Sitting next to the producer, a man who has collaborated 12 times, I think, with Mr. Burton, composer Danny Elfman. Next to him as the Corpse Bride, but looking much livelier, Miss Helena Bonham Carter, and as Victor, Mr. Johnny Depp. And I think the first question will go directly to you, Alison. Because you're kind of the unknown entity here. You look barely out of your teens. And just where do you come from? Did you go to Cal Arts? Do you have kind of a design background? When you went to Hollywood, did you say, hi, I want to be a producer and I want to do stop motion animation? And they said, so goodbye, kids. You'll never have breakfast in this town again.
No, I lucked out. I kind of moved to California and got whipped up into the animation business at Disney, kind of right at the right time, so to speak. And ended up going up to San Francisco and working with Tim on The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I thought was one of the funnest experiences of my life. And so when this came along 10 years later, I thought it was a great opportunity to do it again. So this is a beautiful medium. I love making these kind of movies.
I understand you also opened an animation arm of Disney in Paris?
Yeah, I've always been kind of like the special forces of animation. So I went to Paris to open an animation studio, and then I came to London to do this one. I like to do different kinds of things. So this was right in line with me.
Wow. Question to the two directors. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tim. On Nightmare, it was Tim Burton's Nightmare, but you were more a producer. You were not credited as a director. Here you are. So who did what here?
Well, Mike got to live in a dark hole for 2 years, and I got to sort of have the luxury of having sort of an overview. And I think it was a very good match in this case. I think the difference from this Nightmare to this is Nightmare for me was so much in a complete thing that I had designed and conceived, that I just felt sort of comfortable that it was all sort of there. On Corpse Bride, I think Mike would agree, it was a much more organic process. It was something that was an idea based on an old folk tale. It was something that we sort of kept, kind of working on almost all the way through, and kind of rewriting, adding jokes, adding things, adding new shots, all the way through the process. So it was a different, it was a different project and a different type of sort of feeling on this one.
Still, when you get to the quote-unquote set, for lack of a better word, who does what? Does one direct actors? Does one direct puppets? Does one direct the computers? Does one?
Well, like again, Mike was there on the day-to-day. I had the luxury of sort of, it's such a slow motion process. You get maybe a couple of minutes of footage a week. So, you got storyboards. So we get the storyboards. We both look at the storyboards, do that. In terms of voices, we do some sessions together.
It was very much a collaboration.
Who talks?
This is a project that Tim's had in the back of his mind for 10 or 12 years, and when I came on, the core idea was there, and the characters were there, and my job was really just to help Tim realize his vision on this.
Yeah, but it's a different process than live action. Therefore, it's a bit more slow motion that way, and I think we just you sort of take over for each other in certain areas. Like I said, he'd do some sessions, I'd do some voice sessions, we do some together. There's plenty for everyone to do on a film like this.
A question to the actors: is there something liberating to not having to be on camera but just on mic? Is it more? Yeah. Is it different? Is it a different kind of discipline? Is it difficult to do? Is it easier? Is it more relaxing?
Well, I don't know about. Well, I'm sure he probably agrees with me, but I prefer. Well, frankly, if I had the choice, I wish I could just play puppets for the rest of my career, because it doesn't really matter what you look like, and you don't have hair and makeup. Filmmaking to me anyway is so boring that because you have to wait for other people all the time. It's just you wait for the camera to move, and you wait. You have to do hair and makeup, and then you get to do your bit in like about 2 minutes, and you have to be concentrated. I do like doing it, but having said that, with animation, you just have to. You're just in a booth. You have to sort of imagine everything, but you don't have hair and makeup. It doesn't really matter what you look like, and you're sort of up to speed. So if you want to do it again, you can just do it. You don't have to wait for the airplane to, go away, or or the sun to, come out. So for me, it was. And also, the other good thing is it doesn't matter literally what you look like, because you get cast to play. Obviously I don't look like a corpse, so, well, I hope. Sometimes. Not quite yet. I am aging, but not that rapidly. So, but it's sort of, you get to be asked to play parts that are, which, it sort of speaks to the character actor, which is, really gasping to get out of me. So, so I love doing it. So any other puppet parts, I'm definitely up for it. Plus I was pregnant, so I was just fat, so I had to get that was the only acting parts that I was getting, so